internet companies for a normal day job. He stayed in their lobby whole day, but he couldn't get it. He thought for himself instead of working for them, why don't I create a job? That's how he started PayPal.
He feared so much before starting PayPal. He has to pay rent, food and other things. It's not easy to create a startup company which is related to finance. Instead of all difficulties, he made it a successful finance company. Before the success of Tesla and SpaceX, he faced so many problems. Both Tesla and SpaceX failed in starting. He took PayPal money and invested in Tesla and SpaceX. At one point he borrowed money from his friends to pay bills and to pay rent. Until 2006, SpaceX failed 4 times to launch. After that he bring all experts that needed. They work hard to make SpaceX so successful, making SpaceX one of the most reliable launch providers ever. This makes Elon Musk as world richest person. For Dwayne Johnson Rock is a successful movie star and WWE champion. When he was just 15, Dwayne's family fell into poverty, evicted from their home, their car repossessed and unable even afford to eat during Thanksgiving. He was a talented football player, but despite of talent, he was removed from his team. Later they called him back to team. He politely said no to the offer, and chose to be a wrestler. In '95 he had $7 bucks. By '96 he was wrestling in flea markets for $40 bucks a night. Step by step he faced a lot of troubles. He earned a name by himself. Later he stepped into movies. After few failures and small characters in movie industry, he became a star and played legendary characters in few movies. At present his net worth is around $320 million as of 2022. He quoted, "If you are going through some hard times, you should hold on to the fundamental quality of faith and hard work. Because on the other side of hard times there is a better life waiting for you. The secret of success lies not in doing your work, but in recognizing the best person to do it." Andrew Carnegie. Number 5. Cheryl Resinos. She struggled through her dysfunctional upbringing in foster care, detention, and eventually to the streets of Hollywood. She even made an appearance on The Jerry Springer Show, sharing her experiences as a homeless teen. Today Dr. Cheryl is a mom, writer, physician, and activist. She advocates for youth in need through her writings and philanthropy. All great battles in our life teaches us something. We have to learn from and use it to make a better life. Number 6. Jason Statham. You know Jason Statham, famous movie star, acted in hit movies like Fast and Furious series, Hobbs and Shaw, The Transporter, Furious 7, The Meg. As a youth, he played soccer and was a member of the national diving team, reaching 12th in the world rankings and narrowly missing out on qualification for the Olympics Games. Disappointed with the failure, he decided to make a living selling jewelry on the street. In the 1990s, a talent scout discovered him and hired him as a model. In 1997, director Guy Ritchie needed someone to play a thug and discovered Jason Statham on the street in London. He offered him the role in Scams, Crimes and Botany, and the rest is history. Today, he is one of the biggest action stars of the last 2 decades. His hard work pays off. Number 7. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is credited with helping Apple grow into the world's largest corporation. However, it is really astonishing to learn that the $2 billion company, which currently employs over 4,000 people, was first founded by just 2 people in a garage. What is most disappointing in his life was that he was kicked out of the business which he created. But he learned from his failure and he created Pixar Animation Company along with Mac Computers. After discovering his potential and abilities, Apple directors called him back to Apple as CEO. Steve took it as a challenge and made Apple as the largest company in the world. Rest you all knew the history of Apple iPhone series. Number 8. Another brilliant businessman is Bill Gates. This brilliant businessman, a dropout from Harvard, founded Microsoft to become the largest software corporation. He was also well known for the Trafo data firm he created in 1970 after 5 years. His company failed to show profits. The entire investment vanished overnight, which was among the greatest failures in history. He didn't even have proper education. At that time his keen desire and the passion for the computer programming led him to establish the biggest software company with the brand name Microsoft. Now he is among the top 10 billionaires in the world. Number 9. Next successful person is well known to all students. They knew him as Albert Einstein. He is known for his greatest invention, which helped us build the modern world. Once he quoted that success is a failure in progress and someone who has never failed cannot truly be a successful person. When he was a kid, he had a difficult childhood. He experienced so many failures throughout his childhood. He wasn't even able to talk clearly until he was 9 years old, at which point the school expelled him. Additionally, His enrollment to the Zurich Polytechnic School was not taken into account. With his unimaginable hard work, he proved himself as a great scientist, which led him one Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. Number 10. J.K. Rowling has been known as the famous author of the most-selling book Harry Potter, who has clearly stated about her failures. During a speech ceremony commenced at Harvard, she stated about her unsuccessful marriage life, with an entire life in front of, live lonely with a jobless situation. However, despite her challenges, Rowling would persist in the creation of her book. And she did so by seizing every spare moment she could while her child slept. Even after Rowling finished her manuscript, 12 different publishers would reject her novel, and she found herself almost ready to quit before her manuscript would eventually get accepted. And it was at that moment that J.K. Rowling's luck turned. Such a difficult situation without a life partner and a job to survive forced her to start a new life as a dynamic author. Her creativity finally led her to the zenith of success. Number 11. Abraham Lincoln. This great personality, who has also been the ex-president of the USA, has suffered regularly from massive failures year after the year. 1832, lost his job. 1832, defeated for legislature. 1833, failed in business. 1834, elected to legislature. 1835, the woman he loved died. 1836, had a nervous breakdown. 1838, defeated for Speaker. 1843, defeated for nomination for Congress. 1848, lost renomination. 1849, reject for land officer. 1854, defeated for Senate. 1856, defeated for nomination for Vice President. 1858, again defeated for Senate. 1860, elected for President of the United States of America. Lincoln failed on his way to success. Fighting and struggling consistently, he elected as the 16th President of the USA in 1861 and went on leading towards his way of life. His life says that the key to success is through failure. Number 12. Walt Disney. Walt Disney has been known as one of the famous cartoonists and creator of famous cartoon creatures, such as Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, etc. He too failed several times in his life. His unsuccessful attempt to join armed forces finally forced him to drop out of the schools and leave his further studies. His initiative Laugh-O-Gram Studios even went bankrupt. After joining a newspaper agency called Missouri Newspaper, he was fired because of not being creative enough as per the expectations. Later years, his creativity makes all kids happy. Number 12. Stephen King. This name is famous as the most renowned writer all over the world. However, he met several misfortunes and failures during his lifespan. He spent his childhood under poverty and horrors of drugs and alcohol. He kept on concentrating on his writing-based hobby and professionalized it by developing several new writing styles, along with new copywriting mechanisms as well. He wrote best-selling books like The Shining, It, The Stand, Carrie, Misery, etc. Number 13. Vincent van Gogh. This famous personality has been known as one of the greatest painter and artist, along with a world-renowned icon in world history. However, due to continuous failures and misfortunes, such as mental illness and improper bonding in the relationships, forced him to commit suicide at an early age of merely 37 years. During the entire lifespan, he sold only a single painting. The career of Vincent van Gogh as a painter was short, but his paintings revolutionized artistic practice and styles. In 1990, one of his paintings sold for $83 million. What is done in love is done well. Quote by Vincent van Gogh. Number 14. Steven Spielberg. This great filmmaker who has won countless records and prizes for his contribution towards best filmmaking. He has also suffered from several failures in his life. Most people don't know this, but he was rejected from school. He was not able to get higher examination grades in the schools during the childhood following which he has been suspended 3 times from the University of Southern California. But he didn't let those rejections stop him, and he kept applying till he got accepted. Eventually Cal State, Long Beach would accept him into their film program. Fortunately, he got an unpaid internship at Universal Studios. Of course, this internship program wouldn't last forever. He utilized his time at Universal Studios. He gathered information how to get success in film business. He followed his passion to make films. He waited for his opportunity. Following his passion and dedication, he went on creating great movies and finally won 3 Oscar awards and made a sum total of 51 great movies. All good ideas start out as bad ideas, that's why it takes so long. Steven Spielberg, success always looks ahead of the silly excuses, and puts itself forward than the created misconceptions. Success is the result of key determination and concentration while moving ahead in the path of working.